Next up, we got my boy Fuzzy Wuzzy. Now, first time reacting. If y'all want more Fuzzy videos, hit that like button and subscribe button. More MLB videos, hit that like button and subscribe button. Now, y'all been telling me to react to just basically a news channel. You know what I mean? So I get all my MLB knowledge up. All right. So it's when we start doing. Now, let me know, chat. How should we do it? Should we do it as in I could wait? What I could do is wait to the end of the week, right? And then react to and they can make a long video of all the news, and then put it in one video, and it'd be like a weekly video. It'd probably be like an hour long. You know what I mean? Which all his video, because all his videos is about 20 minutes. So yeah, we could do that, or we can do, I don't know, because if I'm gonna react to it every day, maybe if it's something really big, it'd be every day. Let me know how y'all feel. Y'all want individual videos or y'all want all in one? Today we're gonna make it all in one though. All right, we got 2 videos back to back. We're gonna just see. All right. So hey, hit the like button, subscribe button. Let's just have it too.
What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. We have a lot to talk about today. Some MVPs finally got on the board with their first home run. Judgy, he went yard. Shohei, same thing. Joe Musgrove, he basically just called out Josh Hader, and he didn't even really try to hide it. The A's are officially leaving Oakland after the 2024 season. Today marks a sad day in baseball history.
Oh, that's tough.
He finally got on the board with his first hit of the year. Now, before we get into the highlights, a quick shout out to all of you guys. You've been supporting MLB Recap like crazy. We are so close to 500,000 subscribers, so join the team. Thank you.
Yes,
and just a
sir.
reminder, Recap is presented by SeatGeek. Use code Fuzzy to save $20 off your tickets. And if you like daily fantasy sports, right now on Underdog Fantasy, they're running a new customer special. If you use my code Fuzzy, they will match your first deposit up to $100. I've been playing it every single day with my buddies. Underdog Fantasy, it's a lot of fun. Now, before we talk about the MLB games, I got to talk about the Orioles AAA team because they could probably score more than half of teams in Major League Baseball. Their first 5 hitters combined for 20 hits and 23 RBIs. Jackson Holliday had a home run. He got on base 6 times. Heston Kjerstad, he had 10 RBIs. The Orioles, they could bolster their rotation at any moment.
Oh yeah, a lot of people was telling me to react to the Orioles. Now we gonna check them out. You know what I'm saying? We gonna check them out. I'm gonna say we gonna check them out.
So many prospects to trade.
I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to spam game reactions so much. We gonna do, like I want to say, just do the best vids or the best games that happen. And that's why, you know, when y'all told me like the last game we reacted to, a crazy comeback, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. We want to see that. You know what I'm saying? Now we still gonna check up on Ohtani, obviously, and the Yankees. You got to, but y'all let me know the biggest games as well, though, or the best games.
With AAA, the A's are officially moving after this offseason, but not to Vegas, to Sacramento. They'll be playing in the home of the River Cats, the Giants AAA team. They'll be there from 2025 to 2027, possibly 2028. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me because the A's fans are losing their fan base. The actual players are playing in a worse stadium than their own AAA team. Like the Aviators, their ballpark is world class. What's happening to the A's is just absolutely diabolical. Now, since we just talked about them, how did the A's fare yesterday? Well, that sac fly in the 4th inning was the only run scored for both teams. Pivetta and Stripling, they were both on top of their game. Pivetta, he got some help from Rafaela in center field. He can go get it with the best of them. Now, Pivetta is going to need some more help from his defense, and he gets it. Pivetta is a maniac. He is so much fun to watch. He was yelling, "Come on! Come on," and then he fist pumps when that double play. Jarren Duran went 4 for 4 in this game. He has 7 hits in his last 2 games. He flew around to third on a Devers double. Somehow Devers got that to go through the hole at third base, and then he karate kicked into second.
Blonde hair.
Bases are juiced. Oakland, they get out of it, so it's still 1-0. But like I mentioned, there was only 1 run scored because Chris Martin, he got Seth Brown to chase. Deja vu happened. Kenley, he has 2 runners on. He's got to pull a Chris Martin, and he gets that lefty to chase. Ryan Noda, he's been pretty bad to start the season. Unfortunately, the Oakland A's get swept, and shout out to the Boston pitching staff. They have a 1.54 ERA as a team with 77 strikeouts over 64 innings. Corbin Burns was on the bump for his 2nd start, and this ended up being the world's longest pickle. It felt like it gave Vinny Pasquantino time to get all the way to third base.
I wish I would have seen that.
Single, so good for Bobby. He stayed in the pickle long enough to get Vinny all the way to third. Salvi got to Corbin Burns again in the third. This time Bobby does score without issue. So Corbin allows just 2 runs. runs on the day. His offense was getting smothered. We'll show that in a second. Look at Michael Garcia. He had 4 home runs in 120-plus games last year. That's his 3rd already in the first 2 weeks of the season. Kansas City put Cole Reagans up by 3.
What's my MLB team?
Cheat code ever since that
Tigers.
trade. He could have been on the Rangers, which would have made the Rangers almost unfair. He went 6 1/3 shutout, 1 base hit allowed with 7 strikeouts. He has a 2.4 ERA, 105 strikeouts since the trade in 84 innings. Baltimore, they couldn't be happier that he left, and they started a rally pretty much instantly. Gunnar got their first run on a sac fly, and Ali Rutschman, he made it a 1-run game on a double to right field.
Damn.
Wait, that's not a double. It's the year 2024. You should know not to run.
Oh, nigga, what the hell?
And Ali Rutschman, he made it a 1-run game.
He
on
made
double
that
to right
throw?
field. Wait, that's not a double.
That's
It's the year
crazy.
2024. You should know not to run on Hunter Renfroe. I don't care if he's going
That's
back. The ball has
crazy.
to spin
Okay.
into a play.
Okay,
He's
that
gonna
was
have
nice.
you. That ends
That was
the
nice.
eighth. Baltimore, they brushed it off. The bases are loaded in the 9th. And James McCann, he ripped one in the shortstop and third base gap to score.
See, that's why we watching this, because I'm still seeing the game. You know what I'm saying? We might, I don't know. I might not even react to the game. We might just do this. We could do that. Now, I could react to it every day and just drop the vids instead of react to the games, because he gonna talk about the games. So we really could do that. Low key. Let me know. Y'all want, like I said, y'all want the hour long or individual? It don't really matter to me.
Run.
It's up to y'all,
I
bro.
think it only makes sense to find a team who the Orioles forced into a team meeting after 2 games. The Angels, they have not lost since that 11-3 bludgeoning by the Orioles. Taylor Ward, he blooped in their first run. Drury, he was able to turn on the Jets. I put that in air quotes because he's not that fast, but he does beat out the double play for another RBI. He scores Mike Trout. Drury got some help in the 3rd.
Oh, yeah, Mike Trout's still in that team. I forgot.
Lujan couldn't field it. Miami, they had his back.
Oh, yeah, we might do that. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. We might do
Trade
this.
deadline came in clutch with Josh Bell and Jake Berger.
So he's like all the best games.
So it's 4-2 Marlins and Tim Anderson.
This is literally perfect.
Did he just pull a Jeter? It wasn't as smooth.
W Fuzzy,
That was
bro.
still a really nice play.
What the hell?
That was the final
Oh.
highlight of the night.
What the
For
fuck?
Marlins. I hate to break it
What
to
the
you guys. That
fuck?
team meeting
What the?
really
Who
did
the
something
hell?
for the Angels.
Who was that?
Marlins need one.
Who was? Man, who was that? 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 Who was that?
Marlins, I hate
Who was
to
that?
break it to
Who was
you
that?
guys, that team meeting really did something for the Angels. Maybe the Marlins need one.
What in the fuck I just watched, bro?
Ohapi, an RBI single. Adele, he's been putting the ball in play a little
And by the way,
bit
this
more
is
for
6
Zach
days
Fry.
ago.
Bases are now loaded.
It's low key an old video. There's still a lot going on, bro.
From Florida. I don't know how
I ain't gonna lie, the MLB season been very it's been some content to watch, bro. MLB season, I don't want, because he talking too. The MLB season though been a lot to watch. I'm not gonna lie to you. It has to be some great games, bro. You know what I mean? Usually, I feel like regular season sometimes be mid. You know what I mean? Sometimes the games just be like, they don't score. It might be score like 2. It might be 2 to zip, or it might be a blowout. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking it's gonna be like, you know, kind of boring a little bit. That's how people try to make it seem, but not really, bro. It's literally been content. Literally content.
Didn't leave, but that's a
Literally
long 2-run
good
double
content right here.
His family was there. Same with Nolan Shanuel's family. I think they're both from Florida.
Damn.
That is a sac fly. And
Dang,
Taylor Ward
blow
is
up.
so back. 8 RBIs, 3 home runs already. He struggled after Alek Manoah hit him in the face. I think anyone would struggle because that's just terrifying. So it's really cool to see him
10-2.
breaking.
Now they want to go
Angels
crazy when Ohtani gone.
While the
It's
Marlins
crazy.
are the first team since the Twins in 2016 to start 0-7. The Halos might be
Damn,
slipping, so let's
Marlins.
go find some other AL West teams and see if
Yes.
they can keep up. Texas, they're taking on the Rays. Isaac Paredes, he made a slick little play at third base to end a bases-loaded threat in the 2nd. Aaron Savali, he at one point set down 7 consecutive Rangers when the all-time dangerous Corey Seager, he connected on his first of the year. The Rays, they couldn't afford that because Nathan Eovaldi was stingy all night long. He went the first 6 innings without allowing a single run. He went back out for the 7th, and the dude literally had ice in his veins. He struck out the side in the 7th. Do you know how rare that is? Because modern-day pitching, we promote bullpens. You don't really go 7 innings, or you don't strike out the side in the 7th inning. Now, as soon as he came
he
out,
pitched the
that's
whole
when things
game?
got scary. 2 runners got on for Ahmed Rosario, who, in my opinion, just absolutely stinks. I know I've been joking around that he can be Sammy Sosa on the Rays, but I don't think that you can fix this guy. Zeke Duran makes a left jump to rob Ahmed Rosario. Maybe I'm being too harsh, but Ahmed is now 3 for 18 on the year. Josh Smith, a nice little compact swing. He drives him 2. He ends up at third, and then he scored on a rocket off the bat of Marcus Semien. I don't know if I can blame Caballero because, again, that thing was scorched. Now, to their credit, the Rays made things interesting again, but to no avail. The Rangers, they win the series. Listen, I wanted to talk about the Astros after the Rangers because I wanted to keep the AL West theme going, but seeing Ahmed Rosario fired me up to talk about the Guardians because without him and Miles Straw in the lineup every single day, this team is legit. Like, maybe I'm a delusional fanboy, but you saw Stephen Kwan single. He scores on a long double from J-Ram. Cleveland, they did get some help from Seattle's defense. They couldn't field anything cleanly. Naylor, an RBI ground out. Will Brennan, he smoked an RBI single. Again, couldn't field it because it was hit pretty hard. Cleveland, they got it going again. Andres, a big 2-run double. He's already up to 4 doubles, which leads the league. Josh Naylor, a sac fly. Get used to that. Great throw, but Stephen Kwan, he was fast enough to beat that tag. And is this the year that J-Ram secures his first MVP? He's been top 6 5 times already. Even if he doesn't, he's finally got some help. He doesn't have to be Hercules this year. Josh Naylor drove in his 3rd RBI on a sac fly. Will Brennan has been crushing the ball, but it's been straight to someone pretty much every single time. He put on a lot of muscle, and his average exit velocity is up 6 miles an hour. Back-to-back games against the Mariners with 10 hits off of their starters, which when that comes against Luis Castillo and George Kirby, that sounds impossible. Logan Allen pulled a Nathan Eovaldi. He got better as the game went on. He struck out the first 2 in the 7th inning, but they wouldn't let him go a full 7. 6 2/3 shutout is still very impressive. Cleveland, they're 3rd in runs scored and 4th in team ERA. Now, right behind them in ERA are the Astros and the Yankees, so let's see what they did yesterday. Jordan, he's got to contact the hospital where Chris Bassett was born, update that dude's birth.
Gideon? That's what I'm doing, just like Gideon,
Chris's
bro.
Daddy. He singled in the 1st, then he homered
Chris's
a few
daddy,
innings
what?
later. His 5th home run in like 17 at-bats versus Chris Bassett, and it didn't get much better because Jordan smoked a double down the line. He went up to Jordan after that inning ended, and he said, "You're effing killing me, man." That was a lot of fun to watch. Javier in 5 shutout, but because he had 5 walks to kind of force them into a short outing, he struck out Vladdy. 0 runs through 11 innings for Christian Javier. He is back. Nate Pearson was going to try and stop the bleeding, but he couldn't. McCormick, he singled in Bregman. Jeremy Pena somehow got his hands inside on that pitch. Maybe he's back. That was off the very middle of the bat, and that right there is what we call catching a barrel. Jordan's 2nd of the night, number 44, went 4 for 4. Pena launched one too. He went nearly 400 at-bats without a home run. He has 2 in the last few games. He's hitting 400 with 6 RBIs. He did.
I feel like we watched this for some reason.
He's starting hot this year. Look at the future Hall of Famer go.
7-zip. Oh yeah, this game.
He's now hitting
Y'all need to see the scoreboard, bro.
The
scoreboard, they dropped 10-zip, man.
Jordan, he barely missed his 3rd of the night for the Stros. They pummeled the Jays again.
8-0, that's tough, bro.
Ketel Marte has been useless against Rodon for his career, but right there, he smoked a double. He was
Yankee.
Now he's 2 for 16 after that double. That's his 1,000th
hits.
And there's career home run number 1 for the rookie Blaze Alexander. He hit 400 in spring. Right now he's hitting 417. That's 100% unsustainable, but the kid can clearly rake. He just can't rake like this guy, though. It was only a matter of time before Judgey went yard. A little too much to the plate on that sinker from Merrill Kelly. A 2-run bomb for Judge. Ketel said, "Gimme." He got those runs right back on a monster 2-run perfect blast. And there's another long ball for a 2-run home run. Verdugo, that's his first as a Yankee. Yes, that was in the 10th inning. New York, they're up by 2. They're looking for
oh, that was in the 10th inning? That's funny. Oh, this is a great game.
And Volpe could not make it happen. He had to come out. Corbin, his blazing
sold.
Can't really blame
oh my God! I wish I would have watched this video.
2 runners on for Soto, and maybe seeing Soto made the pitcher nervous because that is a go-ahead balk. Judge, he then finds a gap. He doubles for his 3rd RBI.
Judge, my boy Anthony.
Prime for W. Jace Peterson struck out, but then Jorge Barosa, he blooped in Arizona's 5th run, so it's back to a 1-run game. Booney then intentionally walked Moreno because that brought up Scott McGuff, a relief pitcher. They had no more bench hitters, and he struck out to end it. From one AL MVP,
that was a great game. I got a lot. That was a great game right there.
He is now on an NL team talking about Ohtani and the Dodgers. So we got San Francisco versus LA. Both teams, they traded runs early as Patrick Bailey answered LA's run with a no-doubter, his first of the year. The score didn't stay tied for long as Ohtani showed off his 5th tool, the speed tool. He legs out a single, then scored all the way to first. He's got to love hitting 4th behind Betts, Ohtani, and Freeman. What the heck is that? Teoscar dropped in a base hit as well. He scored Will Smith, and Miguel Rojas, he has been a different dude since
God damn.
For Ahmed Rosario. Like, obviously, Ahmed...
Yo, they are hit, bro. He got it.
Brennan, he catch up. He's been pretty good. Conforto, he's apparently back to Mets Conforto. Those 2 RBIs give him 9 RBIs. He's hitting 370. Sheesh. And I'm going to say sheesh one more time. Sheesh. because that swing.
That man.
His first hater of the year, his first as a Dodger. He had seeds tossed in his face. The Dodgers had
yes, sir.
To say the least. Good thing he hit that because Soler back-to-back games with the home run 400.
Okay, never seen that before.
LA, they're using their voodoo magic again to save a player. Denison Lamet, he went from a 2 ERA and almost winning a Cy Young in 2020 to the worst pitcher in baseball. He had 2 strikeouts and he got the save. So that one ended with a 5-4 box score. This next one ended up being 9-8, but this one was even more of a roller coaster game. The Cubs got some runs on sac flies from Michael Busch and Miguel Amaya, and in steps the mighty Seiya Suzuki. Poor Cal Quantrill. Seiya has been seeing beach balls for a while. After that 2-run single, Seiya said, "See ya." He's hitting 3 with 14 home runs and 48 RBIs over his last 60 games, dating back to last year. Those are road to the show numbers. So it's 5-0 Cubs. When the former Cub, Chris Bryant, snapped his
got a perfect video of it.
0 for 18 to start this year, 0 for 10 to end 2023. The Cubs are going to steal back some runs, though. Miguel Amaya was able to muscle that into the outfield. 3 ended up scoring because the Rockies.
Rainy game, baseball, rainy game. Ooh, that's.
To do with it. It definitely did.
Hey.
Crazy. It was also really cold. The Cubs, this game's for sure over, right? Right? Charlie Blackmon, there's a double. It's not going to really start anything. But wait, the Rockies broke out an inning later. Jake Cavey hit the gap for an RBI double.
Nice.
Chuck Nasty used Mother Nature to his aid. I'm telling you, the ball was slick. 2 more runs score.
To Mother Nature.
Tovar is he going to drop? Tauchman cannot get there. It is a tie ball game. Just kind of extended the inevitable, though, because the Cubs got the lead back, and they were not going to give it away. They traded drops. Tovar dropped it. Colorado's catcher dropped it after Seiya.
Oh, that's tough.
Game,
see, that's the one thing about the muddy games like that. Like, the ball be very, very sticky. But I thought they changed the ball, though. But I think it don't matter if they changed the ball. Because they could change the ball, when he pitching and stuff like that. But once he get hit into the field, and now it's rolling on the ground, rolling in the outfield, then somebody throw it, then it do a bounce hop, and he catch it, then he throw it to somebody. Like, it's gonna get dirty, bro. It touched the ground a lot.
This next game was also pretty fun, just not 9-8 in the cold and rain fun. It was bring your dog to the park day. San Diego, they loaded the bases, and Profar, he let starting pitcher Zach Thompson do the rest. He takes ball 4. He's handed a free bases loaded RBI. Tatis, he laid down RBI fielder's choice. He avoids a double play. By the way, Fernando Tatis, he's on pace for 50-plus home runs and 30-plus stolen bases. Just throwing that out there because you guys know I'm a Tatis fanboy. Arenado likes hitting in Petco. He grabbed an RBI single off of Musgrove. More on Musgrove in just a sec. Actually, just talk about him right now. Musgrove's battery mate, Kyle Higashioka, he had his pitchers back, his first as a Padre. The defense had Joe's back as well. That double play ends the 5th inning. Musgrove, he bounced back in a big way. 7 strikeouts, 1 run over 6 innings. He can be really good when he's right. Wandy Peralta was not right at all. He hit 2 hitters, and that was a nightmare inning. A throwing error, the run scores, and that's a rally.
Y'all looking bad, bro.
On that one, Nolan bounces into a double play. That's a ball game. Robert Suarez, he threw 98 miles an hour past Victor Scott on the paint. And then after the game, Musgrove was quoted saying, having a closer that you can go out there and rely on for more than just 3 outs is huge to us here. He's always willing to take the ball, and we're grateful for it. Basically, he called out Josh Hader because Hader refused to come in for 4 outs last year. He said, that's not me. I haven't gone 4 outs in a long time, and he legitimately refused to come into the game when they needed him the most. But Robert Suarez, he said, I'm your guy. Pittsburgh is going to see if they can move to a perfect 6-0, and it started off well for them. There was a double from Jack Sawinski. Andrew McCutchen got on, and the former National hurt them again. Michael A. Taylor, he hits the ball hard, and that is a hard 2-run double. Oh my friend Joey Gallo hit one 450 feet. I haven't been able to see that once this year. My friend, that's his first hit of 2024. He started off 0 for 12. Washington, they kept it going. Luis Garcia tied it on a double. CJ Abrams, he played 2 more on a single. He's looking really, really good so far. Sawinski, he homered to kind of shift the momentum, but Washington, they stole that run right back. Ildemaro Vargas, he doubled in Luis Garcia, and that's pretty much a wrap. Ryan Reynolds, he got hosed on a check swing, and he's not happy. Shelton got ejected. He got his money's worth. By the way, in my opinion, Reynolds did swing, though. Finnegan, he struck out Taylor for the game's final run. Pittsburgh will not be going 162-0. Man, the
Pirates 5-1, okay. That was back then, though. It was 6 days ago.
The Reds and the Phillies game got delayed like 6 or 7 hours or something like that. Wheeler, he struck out a few early, and Frankie Montas, he was dicing as well. He got JT looking silly. Frankie is going to go up by 1 after his buddy Christian Encarnacion Strand got a poorly located sinker. He belted an RBI double. Montas, he's still out there dicing. That is a blistering fastball to end the 5th inning. Ellie, he stepped in with 2 strikeouts and 2 at-bats. He reversed that real quick. He clutched up for for an RBI double, and he's actually got an 11-game hit streak dating back to last year. So it's 3-0 Reds, all off Wheeler, but at least he had double-digit strikeouts. He had 10. Skinny Schwarber keeps on mashing, and maybe the Phillies can get back into it. Montas, he straight lost his command. He loaded the bases up, and Justin Wilson, who has been in and out of the league with injuries, he used to be really, really good. He got a chance, and he got Marsh to extend his hands, weekly pop-up to end the threat. Martini, he drove in the game's final run as the Reds steal the series. Ooh. They're 4-2, and the Phillies, they're 2-4. The final game before
Phillies was good last year, though.
Hoskins, his -5 speed stopped him from an RBI fielder's choice, so he's going to get thrown out. But stay tuned, Reese, he was not going to need any speed in just a second. Milwaukee, they got a run on a Bryce Terang sac fly, and the newcomer Joey Ortiz, he saved them with a nifty play at third base. Replay did confirm that Manuel Margot was out, so the inning is over. And I tried to tell you, Reese, he doesn't need any speed. He can trot around at his pleasure. That was his second home run of the year. Minnesota and Milwaukee, they traded runs. Minnesota on a little fielder's choice from Carlos Santana. Milwaukee on the first big fly from 20-year-old Jackson Chourio. He's hitting .350 with really good defense. He looks like he's going to be a megastar, like a kind of Byron Buxton type player. Speed, power, defense. And there's Buxton. He drove in an RBI on an extra base hit right before Correa tied it at 3-3. Carlos, he's really got to bounce back. Jeffers, he had a big game. Finally, he was 0 for 13. That is a huge 3-run home run. And then to end the game, he had an RBI single. He had 14 home runs and a 135 OPS plus in 2023, so it was only a matter of time before he broke out. Steven Okert, he got all 3 outs via the strikeout. Minnesota hands the Brewers their first L of the season, so the only remaining undefeated team is the Detroit Tigers. So that does it for today's recap. Thank you all so much for watching.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, should we watch the other one too? It's been 19 minutes. God. Hey, bro. Hey.
Back to yet another MLB recap. We have a lot to talk about today because the laundry list of pitchers who have an elbow issue just grew by one. Atlanta Braves superstar Spencer Strider, he's going to be missing quite some time. MLB is kind of going through it right now in terms of optics, and they made it worse. They threw even more shade on themselves because they stole a record from an Angels young player. There was no reason to do this. We'll talk about it in a second. Vladdy Jr. was back in New York, and he shushed the Yankees crowd after a long home run, and Yankees fans were basically saying, scoreboard. And Joey Gallo, he might be heating up. He hit his 200th career home run yesterday. So again, a lot to talk about. Before we show the highlights, a massive shout out and tip of the cap to you guys. You've been supporting Recap like crazy. We're getting so close to 500,000 subs. And just a reminder, Recap.
Well, he just had 400K?
Use code Fuzzy
to
save $20 off your tickets. And remember to download Underdog Fantasy using code Pro. Spencer Strider is going to be on the shelf for quite some time. He has damage to the UCL. It's been confirmed that it's not just elbow inflammation like Garrett Cole. There is actual damage to that UCL. He did have Tommy John back in 2019 when he was at Clemson, and he bounced back.
I hear about that a lot.
And I'm just praying that the same can happen because, man, baseball is a brutal business if you're a pitcher. Hold
on, Chad. I'm still listening, but I got to take this off, bro.
It's too hot. In baseball, all gone within a week of each other. The Players Association did not hold back any punches. They issued a statement basically inferring that MLB doesn't care about player safety. They care more about the viewership numbers and audience retention. They introduced the pitch clock, then they lowered it by 2 seconds. So the union is basically saying that pitching, it's not really safe anymore. At any moment, your elbow can pop because you're not giving it time to heal. And the Players Association, again, with this statement, they are not going to hold anything back. They want to make sure that they know that pitching, it's not where it should be because of the pitch clock. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the games from yesterday. Rowdy Tellez, he's looking like a great ad for this 2024 Pirates squad. That's his 6th of the year. Joey Bell, he just got added like 13 seconds ago. He clears the deck in his first at bat after getting traded from the Giants to Pittsburgh because, of course, he does. Giants fans got to be punching air right now. Bailey Falter, he might be punching air because he had a no-hitter through 5.
He said he might be punching air.
From the triangle of outfielders and infielders, Falter, he still ended up going 6 shutout. Now, imagine if he breaks out with Jared Jones. They call it Paul Skeens. Mitch Keller doesn't suck. As soon as Falter left the game, Baltimore, they put their foot on the gas. Westberg, he doubled to left to get 2 runners and score in position. Hayes, there's an RBI ground out. Cedric Mullins, there's a RBI sac fly. And we head to the 9th, and the tying run is standing at third base. Mullins, he dribbled it. Tellez, he couldn't get it there in time. Adley, he took a mean hack. He barely missed a home run. He's going to have to settle for
Orioles do be having some good games. I should be listening to y'all, huh?
By loading him up. Edward Olivares, he took a walk, and he doesn't do that very often.
See, look, this is what we do. If it's an actual good game, so this is what we're going to do. So we're going to react to these. Every day you're going to react to these. Then if it's an actual good game, and I have to see the full, like something like this game right here. This game is 10 innings. They won by one run. Come on, bro. I have to react to the game. You know what I'm saying? But only thing is, how would I know if the game is good That's the only thing. Y'all gotta tell me, bro. Y'all gotta tell me what game's good. Y'all gotta tell me, because if I get, I'm gonna get spoiled if I watch this and you know what I mean. I'm gonna be spoiled. So y'all gotta let me know, bro. Let me know. Yeah, this y'all could do. So if I post these every day, then the night or the day that it happens, right? Y'all can comment on a vid. Cause basically, okay, let's just say this. I post this video right now. Bam, right? Then it goes a full day. So a full day I won't react to no MLB. So this will be the only vid. My only MLB vid will be from yesterday. So y'all comment on a video from yesterday and say, "Oh, react to this game." Before you react to Fuzzy, react to this game. So I know. That's the only way. Because if I react to Fuzzy, then it's over. So y'all gotta comment on my latest MLB video. That's what y'all gotta do. Comment on the latest MLB video.
We did an extra inning. We go to the 11th.
Look at this, 11 innings.
He walks it up. Henry Davis, he flies in to score. O'Neal, he's now hitting over 340.
Wow, that was a crazy game.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto got into a ton of trouble in the first inning, but Yamamoto, he did that Cam Newton, okay, I got this meme. He flipped a nasty curve to Christopher Morel. He got Dansby Swanson looking on a hitter that looked a little bit low, but maybe it just nicked the corner.
I think we reacted to this.
It's not a strike, but Austin Barnes, he snapped his glove back into place. He framed it, and then there was some deja vu in the second inning. Bases juiced again, belly up this time. He was insane last year with runners in scoring position. They went back to what worked before. The Uncle Charlie, this time that curveball was 100% a strike. So Yamamoto gets out of another jam, and you got to tip your cap to the Cubs youngster Jordan Wicks. He was going toe-to-toe with the dude who's getting paid $300 million. Ohtani singled off of Wicks, but then Frederick struck out. So
that was Ohtani. I didn't even see him.
You got to tip your, this time that curveball was 100% a strike. So Yamamoto gets out of another jam, and you got to tip your cap to the Cubs youngster Jordan Wicks. He was going toe-to-toe with the
I could barely tell it
out, but he's going to need some help from his bullpen because he got pulled out.
You've never seen this game. I don't know why I say it like
that. What is
that?
that? A wild pitch breaks the scoreless streak, and Muncy, he turned and burned on a pitch to score. You just can't have that against Yoshinobu. When
like he locked away in the cage back there.
Strikeout against Seiya Suzuki, and then he popped up belly to end his night.
How do we know when there's a good game or not? Y'all would know because y'all probably watch the game. See, I don't watch the full game. You know what I mean? So y'all hear about it on social media. You know what I mean? Or y'all would watch, or people who watch the MLB. People gonna know if it's a good game. People gonna tell me to react to the game. Just how people already be doing it. They already be in my comment section telling me to react to the Orioles, react to the Yankees, react to the Dodgers. Actually, too, shout out to I think her name is She Loves Gucci. She gave me a full list of all the good teams. No, I think. Oh, actually, let me see real quick because I took a screenshot. Hold on, let me play while.
Over 5 shutout. Over his last 10 innings, his last 2 starts, he has 13 strikeouts and 0 earned runs allowed. LA, they got another insurance run on a single from Miguel Rojas. The Sun helped out a bit, not gonna lie. Chicago, they got 1, but that's all they can muster. They lose 4-1. So we got some Little League action to start this Phillies and Nationals game. The usually dependable Lane Thomas just straight up whiffed that, so Alec Boehm's gonna get a free extra base hit. JT, he scores easy. The Phillies, they got it going again in the second, but this time they did not need any help. Trey, there's a double. Washington, they walked Bryce Harper. That happened a lot when he was with the Nationals.
Can't find it. But I got the full thing.
You don't walk guys to get to me. He tried to warn them. 4-0 Phillies after that swing, and the lead is going to get cut
or two just when you go on
200 for Joey Gallo.
If you look up MLB,
526 career
it have like all the good games on
I'm
there.
just hoping that we get 40.
Like you can tell by like the score of the game.
They took over for a bit. Alec Boehm was looking like David Wright on that play. I know Mets fans are not going to like that at all. Jesse Winker wanted a web gem as well. His arm still has some juice in it. His second long outfield assist of the season. And again, they both been from distance on a line. Brandon Marsh sent one back where it came from, an RBI single up the middle for the cherry on top for the cherry pinstripe Phillies. Jose Alvarado, he dots a 98 fastball. That looks disgusting. He's got to be a top 5 most terrifying pitcher in all of baseball. The Phillies win 5-2, and let me know in the comments, who do you think is the most terrifying or scariest pitcher in baseball? Brandon Nimmo was not just facing the Reds in this game, he was also facing Mother Nature. That one drops for a double for Janier Candelario, and Candy, he's going to score.
Mother Nature.
That's why fifth is a thing. Candelario.
He fell twice? I thought he got up and fell again, bro. I'm like, what is this, the Three Stooges?
Boots it. That's why FIP is a thing, and a lot of people prefer FIP over ERA because it takes the defense out of the equation. The Reds ended up loading them, and Severino could not find the zone. He walks in India. in India. It's a lot of ins. So it's 2-0 Reds early in this one. Just kidding. Omar Narvaez, he hit a missile line drive over Jonathan India. That is a massive 2-run double to tie it. Nimmo's going to try and step up because he's having a rough start to the year. There was that botch play in left field. He was 0 for 17 coming into this one. He singled earlier, and then he delivers there. Good for him. 4-2 after that double to right field. The Reds didn't really seem to care much because they got right back into it. Stuart Fairchild, he can fly, and that's important, and we'll show that in just a second. Stuart, he knocks in Ellie De La Cruz, and then Stuart's speed, again, like I just mentioned, it came in huge. That's a delayed steal. Spencer Steer is going to score easy. It's a 1-run ball game, and no way that just worked. Ellie, he barely even pushed the swing button, but he got a check swing, and it somehow squeaked past everyone. It's 5-5, but he who rakes stepped in, and Spencer Steer is going to need some help for that.
This is a good game, too.
3-run, perfect home run. He's now hitting .450 with 3 home runs, 12 RBIs, and 2 stolen bases. This kid is the real deal offensively. Maybe a 30-30 season loading for Spencer Steer. The Reds send the Mets to a 2-6 record, while the Reds are 5-3 without Matt McClain, Noelvi Marte, and TJ Friedel. Imagine what they're going to look like when they're all back in the lineup. Ooh, we have more high-scoring but close ball games coming up. Gausman, he has owned the Yankees over his last few starts, but Judge, he owns Kevin Gausman.
Yes,
for his
sir.
career, Aaron Judge is
Judge Judy
300 with a near 650 slugging versus Kevin, so he owns him, obviously. Stanton, he connected as well. A Stanton.
Bro, for some reason, when the Yankees, I don't know, maybe it's because the bats are black. Maybe that's the reason. But the bat just looks so skinny. Like, it looked like very skinny compared to the normal size bats we see.
Kevin, so
I don't know, bro. Because his bat looks skinny as well. I don't know, bro.
As the radio broadcaster Sterling would say,
oh yeah, we literally just reacted to this.
More when Juan Soto, he stepped in and he hit
literally
a perfect spot. It was slow enough to let Oswaldo Cabrera score. Gausman, he's just not right now. It's not his elbow. Actually, his shoulder is giving him some issues. Anthony Rizzo, he turned on an inside slider. That is not easy to hit, but he smoked it down the line for a 2-run home run. Soto, he's not very far, but hey, it counts. That's another RBI. That 9th run is actually going to prove to be huge because Vladdy, here comes the Jays. He hit a no-doubter the other way, and I know Yankees fans hate him, but imagine if he was a Yankee. He's a perfect player. At least if we're talking about perfect fits when it comes to Yankee Stadium, because Vladdy's power the other way is unreal. Toronto, they scratched a few runs across, so it's 9-5 Yankees. When pinch hitter Davis Schneider sent one the other way, this kid's ridiculous. Soto, he can't get there. The legend of Davis Schneider continues. The Blue Jays had another great hitter on the bench, Kevin Biggio. He delivers. His clutch RBI single made it a 1-run game. We have Clay Holmes versus George Springer. We know that Springer can be clutch, but not in this one. That was a slider from hell out of the hand of Clay Holmes. He gets George Springer swinging. Clay Holmes now has 4 saves in 9 games. The Yankees, they're 7-2. Arizona and Atlanta scored 17 runs as well, but because we just talked about the Yankees being 7-2, let's show another team vying for 7-2. Listen, I know I lied about talking about high-scoring games back-to-back, but after the Shane Bieber news, you gotta let me try and find a sliver of hope, okay? I'm hoping that we can get this W. Let me live. Carlos Carrasco gave up a early triple to Alex Kirilloff, and by the way, Alex Kirilloff now has a triple in 3 consecutive games. He's the first player in 5 seasons to actually do that, so he got it out the way early in the season. Alex then gave us a free, I say us because I'm a Guardians fan, but he gave
if a game 9-1 is a bad game.
Terrible send, a terrible decision.
Okay, so a good game is a close game. It don't matter if the score is 6-5 or no, yeah, it's a close game. Yeah. Okay, let me just say like it's the content in the game. How many, was the game boring? Did barely anybody hit the ball? You know what I'm saying? Then on top of that, it's the scoring. So if it come down to 10 innings and somebody win by 1, obviously that's a good game. If they hit home runs, this is a hype. This is a very hype game, very exciting to watch. You know what I'm saying? It's just exciting to watch, bro. Now a 9-1 game. If say the game is 1-1 all game, say the game was 1-1 or 1-2, it was still a good game all game. But then they just had that one inning where they just went crazy, and then now it's 9-1. So the score looks worse than what it really true happened. You know what I'm saying? Then that's still a good game. You feel me?
They'll take it, and they'll take that
if it's just a blowout and it's just like,
deep fried that cookie. That ball was absolutely
unless
And
it's
then
Ohtani or the
reliever
Yankees.
Case Smith got in
It's only
some trouble.
people
I was nervous.
I still
and
watch.
This kid's gonna have to buy Andres Jimenez.
And even if he had talked about it too, so it don't matter.
And same for Hunter Gaddis, because Hunter Gaddis came in, he struck out 2 to 8.
Damn.
Nasty as a reliever. He was all-time bad as a starter. He allowed 33 runs in 38 innings as a starter, but he can empty the tank as a reliever. Maybe he sticks. The middle infield defense clutched up again for Cleveland. There was a double play and then a nice play to rob Byron Buxton of a base hit. But Buxton wasn't really running that hard, not gonna lie. Is strikeout machine Emmanuel Clase back? The strikeouts fell off a cliff for him last year, but he got 2 strikeouts in this one. He has 4 saves, so he matches Clay Holmes, and they also match the Yankees. They're 7-2. All right, back to the high-scoring games. Ketel Marte versus lefties is about as automatic as it gets. Even versus Max Fried, Christian Walker, he peppered a single. He scores Corbin Carroll. The sky is kind of falling for Atlanta right now. Fried, he got lit up for 6 runs in the first inning. Grichuk with the RBI single. Jake McCarthy said, hey, me too. Don't forget about me. Marte with his second extra base hit of the inning, a home run and an RBI double. That's got to feel really good considering it was the first inning. And then I'm not gonna lie, Fried kind of looked despondent in the dugout when he was getting talked to by the coach. I hope that he's all right. The Braves, they're never out because of that lineup. So Ozuna and Harris, they're going to combine for 2 RBIs. Ozuna on a double, Harris on a standing triple down the right field line. Do not let them get hot. Arizona, they did grab both of those runs back to run it up to 8, but they did not listen. They let the Braves get hot. Ozuna from the Braves has unreal pop. He needed all of it on that swing. Olsen and Michael Harris, they didn't go yard, but they singled, so now it's a 1-run game. You just cannot change the channel when the Braves are playing. Ronald, he got jammed on an inside fastball, but he got it to drop. Kelnick speed, he caused the right fielder Jake McCarthy to kind of bobble it, so Kelnick
Oh my God, what are you doing, bro?
Slow start for
Come
Riley.
on,
That's
man.
big for him.
The
Arizona
fuck?
threatening, a runner on second. Gabriel Moreno smoked it, but Orlando Arcia made the stop and the spinning throw to end it for Raisel Iglesias. So raise the W. The Braves, they win 9-8. No 17 runs in this next game, but 14 is still quite a lot. Isaac Paredes.
And plus, too, this is another thing, too. We only going to react to so many baseball, like, actual game highlights. I'm probably only going to react, like, if I really, really do it, it'd probably be, like, 3 at the max. 3 games. So, I'm not going to just be reacting to every single close game because it's still too many, bro. That's literally why we got this. So literally,
first run,
that shows you, like, you know, pick the best games that's like worth
had a
reacting
walk-off
to.
Grand Slam the game before. Then he goes Oppo Taco versus a tough lefty. McMahon is just really.
But y'all already know.
Colorado went up
YouTube
2-1
know.
on a
YouTube know.
Third, but Michael
Y'all know.
Toglia, he doubled their lead on one swing. Toglia has such a high ceiling, and he should be playing first every single day, not Chris Bryant. Chris Bryant's got to be the DH. The Rays had
Bro,
to
knocked
take
his
their
helmet
time
off.
to Ryan Feltner. They were kept off balance all game. Ryan went 6 innings with 10 punch-outs. He's got it like that. Now, the Rockies, they had even more highlights in their back pocket. Brenton Doyle, he sent one out the other way for a 2-run home run. But, the Rays also had some highlights in their pocket. Ben Rortvedt has been playing like prime Joe Mauer. There's a 2-run double. He's hitting 385 because, of course, he is now that he's on the Rays. Isaac Paredes, he's got to thank Coors Field for that wall scraper home run. Hard-hitting Harold Ramirez, he's going to try and go for a long ball as well, but it's not a home run. It is a clutch RBI extra base hit, though. It's a 1-run game now, and Ahmed Rosario make it 4 consecutive hits. His single tied it at 6, and I don't know if that ball hit a rock or it was just scorched. It was easy to field, but the ball gets past Toglia after I give him some praise. The Rays, they find themselves up by 2, and I just feel bad for Rockies fans. Justin Lawrence implodes again. He's allowed 6 hits and 4 runs in 2 2/3 innings this year. That's very bad. The Rockies just never have bullpen depth. The battle for Texas is still going on. Jonah Heim, he brought in Evan Carter after Carter laced a double. Corey, buddy, what are we doing? He bobbled it and then heaved it across the diamond, missing Jared Walsh.
Oh my, 2 errors back to back is crazy.
With Walsh, Leote sent one down the line and he got an RBI because Walsh was flying. He got hit by the throw, so it's back to a tie game. Marcus, he must not like ties because he dropped in the go-ahead, and Seager, he kind of made up for his error. There's not 2 runs on that RBI, but hey, it's something. Okay, there it is. Seager, he drove in his second RBI of the day, so his error is kind of zeroed out. Wyatt Langford, he connected on a slider. He sent it the other way for an RBI double. And I don't know if Ryan Presley feels comfortable as a setup guy as opposed to a closer, so there's a wild pitch. Adolis Elbame then makes it 5 consecutive base hits. Presley, in my opinion, he's just not the same guy when he is not the closer, and Josh Hader hasn't looked great either. The Astros lose 7-2, and this marks the first time since 2016. It's been 8 years that the Astros have been 5 games under 500. It's been a long time. The Mariners and the Brewers, this is the last of these somewhat high-scoring games. J-Rod, that's his second base hit of the night. That's his first RBI, though. Polanco, he was able to beat out a double play. He scores J.P. Crawford. Mitch Garver, he hit it hard enough to get it just past the third baseman, Oliver Dunn. So it's 3-zip Seattle, and Bryce Miller was out of his mind. 7 shutout on 78 pitches. He allowed 3 base hits. He had 7 strikeouts, 53 of the 7.
See, we still trying to learn with the pitches and stuff like that. So, okay, if you throw 78 pitches, I feel like that's a lot, right? Because 100 pitches that's a lot. So what's the average? Let me know the average pitches and stuff like that, so I can understand this. And then IP, I think he just said it though.
Bryce Miller was out of his mind. 7 shutout on 78 pitches. He allowed 3 base hits. He had 7 strikeouts. 53 of the 78 pitches were for strikes. And I'm going to say this right now. If Polanco and this Mariners offense gets going and they get Brian Wu back, this Seattle team is going to be absolutely stupid. And I'm jinxing them, aren't I? Bryce Terang, he was thankful that Bryce Miller's out.
He said I'm jinxing
so is Jackson Chourio. Chourio is 20 years old. He's got 2 home runs and 6 RBIs already and plenty of web gems in the outfield. Milwaukee, they're going to keep the pressure on. The bases are jacked for Rhys Hoskins, and he dropped his PCI. He just missed it. Contreras, he scores on the sac fly, and that sac fly meant nothing because Luis Urias, he dropped the hammer on his former team. That's his first home run as a Mariner. Andres Munoz, he showed the youngster what an MLB sinker is like. That ball almost hit Jackson Chourio, just unhittable. The Mariners hand the Milwaukee Brewers just their second loss of the year. The Red Sox and the Angels, I'm going to need Reed.
By the way, about 40 minutes to the video. If you watching this far, we're going to play a little game, all right? Game is to comment a word. Word of the day is. What's your word of the day be? MLB recap. That's word of the day. Comment word MLB recap so I know who's watching.
Going because he was sick in his last start, and early on, he was looking good. There's a strikeout to Jarren Duran. He then strikes out Pablo Reyes, and there it is. He strikes out the side in the first inning after getting Rafael Devers. And Reed struck out 3 more. If Reed can miss bats like he did in college, he will be Chris Sale 2.0. Okay, maybe
Mets versus Braves is a good game. All right, bet. It was today. Oh, it was 3 days ago.
You know what I'm trying to say? He can be really good.
Should I see the rest of the game 3 days ago?
Can maybe be Grady Sizemore 2.0. He is White Star hot. That's
a little bit too late.
Single. And then look at that.
A little bit too late.
Mike Trout that 100% saves a.
I wonder if he got it out here. He might have it.
He got his
4-8.
He struck out Jarren in the 6th inning. Reed was still out there throwing rainball curves. He got Pablo Reyes again on that same pitch. That is a dozen strikeouts. Reed racked up 12 punchies, and the baseball guy said, "Here you go, kid. Here is a lead because he was so good." Devers can't handle it, and 2 score.
Just calm down, relax.
At third base. He's just not a great defender at all. I don't care what the stats say. I mean, the stats say he's terrible, but Red Sox fans swear he's kind of good. Oh no, here comes Jarren Duran again to do some damage, but Mike Trout returns the favor. So Jarren Duran.
Wait, hold on real quick. Hold on. My bad, y'all. My bad.
Duran robs Mike Trout, and then Mike Trout robs Jarren Duran. Matt Moore, he's going to get the save. The Angels, they're now 5-3. Unfortunately, now we have some drama to talk about.
2-13. God damn.
Januel, he was in the midst of a 36-game on-base streak to begin his career, and MLB just ruined it because they called this play from March 30th against the Orioles an error. Like, that's just cruel. It's cruel. They're acting like that was a routine play. That's a hit in my book. I know the pitcher dropped it, but
it was kind of hard to make.
So his record ends at 30 games. What are we doing, MLB? Miami is trying to play some small ball early on, but Goldie with the high IQ, he tossed it to third base, and Luis Ariz, his slow start got even worse. That double play ends an early rally for the Marlins, and Goldie, he got on. He scores on a Jordan Walker base hit. Initially, he was called out, but he's clearly safe. He got the hand in, so the call was reversed. And, sorry, Marlins fans. It's now 3-0 Cardinals. Ivan Herrera, he can move for a catcher, so Rise can't beat him out. And Avi, he couldn't beat Victor Scott because that 80-grade speed is going to come in handy pretty often as an outfielder. Ryan Helsley got Avi to roll over for the game's final out. He's up to 3 saves, and the velo is finally coming back. The Marlins, they are now a dreadful 0-9. And a lot of it had to do with Steven Matz looking like 2015 Mets Steven Matz. 5 shutout, 4 base hits. He's allowed just 2 earned runs in his first 10 innings this year. The Cardinals are back to 500, and when they get Sonny Gray back, I want to see them maybe attempt a trade for another frontliner. I want to see the Cardinals in the playoffs. Keaton Winn was going for the Giants, and this is going to be one of the shortest recaps of the entire year. The Sun played a part in that ball dropping. Jung-Hoo Lee, he's a great defender, but the Sun is undefeated. Winn, he walked Kim to set up a potential...
Sun is undefeated, not gonna lie.
He put a charge in the
Sun definitely undefeated.
Fair, it's gone. And of course,
damn, but hit the water, yo.
And again, I hate to kind of cut it short, but that was legit the game. Michael King, he turned in his best start as a Padre. His mechanics looked a lot better. He was executing his pitches left and right. He went 7 shutout, which is 4 base hits, 1 walk. He strikes out Tom Murphy to end his night. Robert Suarez, he completes the shutout. That's the game. If you like shutouts, you're going to like these 2 games before we show the web gems. Brent Rooker, he did it again, back-to-back games versus the Tigers with a 2-run no-doubter. The A's got another on a rocket single from Seth Brown. They're going to really need those guys to stay hot and perform. Paul Blackburn, he got Torkelson to look like Javier Baez, and then he struck out Kerry Carpenter for the 2nd out in the 6th inning. And would you look at that? 6 shutout for Paul Blackburn means that he has started 13 straight scoreless frames to begin the season. Relief pitcher Austin Adams, he grabbed 2 strikeouts.
Was this one of our first L's?
Right before Brent drove in his 3rd RBI of the day. Geloff, he secured the final out, and that's the first win on the road for the A's all season. The Tigers, they're 6-2. Their pitching's really good. They're not too worried. The Royals are trying to win their 3rd game in a row, and it shouldn't be too hard considering they're facing the White Sox without Eloy Jimenez and Luis Robert Jr. Michael Walker struck out 3 in the 4th inning. He was looking as good as ever. Chris Flexen, he did his part for the White Sox. He also went 6 shutout with Michael Walker, so it's 0-0 in the 7th, and oh my God, that is the White Sox season in a nutshell. That ball was caught, then it wasn't, and now it's a 2-run home run for MJ Melendez as it got knocked over. No way it happened again. The Sox, they got a glove on it, but yet again, they could not complete the play. Do not get me wrong. Still tough place to make, but just awful vibes all the way around in the south side. Benintendi, he's now 3 for 32. Moncada, he strikes out. Andrew Vaughn with a lazy grounder. Chris Stratton, he gives the Royals their 3rd win in a row. The Royals, their 3rd in home runs as an offense and 3rd in team ERA. That combination right there, folks, home runs and good pitching, that wins championships. Right there. That's going to do it for today's MLB recap. And
all right. Now, like I said, I just literally the whole time react to this, we figured out what we're going to do. So, this is what we're going to do, chat. We're going to react to him every day. All right? Every day we're going to react to him. So, he still got stuff for the last couple of days. So, we're going to react to him and stuff like that. But, at the same time, y'all, we're going to react to the game highlights as well. Let me know what the best games is. I love y'all.